All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. So JASMY holders, we need to talk about something that is happening here with the JASMY price set. I think it's monumental really, and it's going to be happening in the next 2-3 days or something like that. Of course, nobody's talking about this. Actually, people are complaining that, JASMY is not been moving, and the rest of the market is actually doing well. For example, if you look left right now, we are seeing 13, 14, 15%, 20% some cases, but JASMY, relatively speaking, has actually been underperforming. Let's talk about what I'm talking about here. I'll show you some very interesting insights that I've been using each and every single time to make a major decision here for the JASMY price set. But before we start the technical analysis, I want to remind you of the activity that our partners over there at BingX have provided for the community. In this activity, you could win up to something like $5,450, and on top of that, 300 ton if you go ahead and participate in the event. So the link will be down there in the description, or maybe the comment section. I'll see where I can put it, but it's going to be lasting 15 days from now. So I think it's just a great idea to take advantage before the activity expires. So yeah, everybody has been talking about this falling wedge here for the JASMY price that saying, what, it's going to be breaking towards the upside. But I personally think that actually there is more to this falling wedge. Obviously, now falling wedges are bullish patterns and they usually tend to break towards the upside. They actually have a success rate of about maybe 70% or something like that, and the technical price target for the falling wedges is usually the top of the wedge. So in this situation here, you'll be looking at something like 3.7 cents here for the JASMY price set. I'm really not going to be erring towards the side of pulling price targets right now, because I want to show you the major decision that we have here for the JASMY price set first. So to begin with, we can clearly see this downward sloping resistance. That's something that is major, but of course we've got a major indicator that we keep tracking here on the channel, and that is the 50 daily moving average, the single most important moving average here on the JASMY price set. For context, I will show you like in the past what this really has been all about, right? It really suppresses the JASMY price set. Take note of this price section here. You break below the 50 daily moving average and it slides out for the JASMY price set. Almost the same thing here. You break below the 50 daily moving average, see what eventually happens with the price set. Break below the 50 daily moving average one more time, and you keep grinding towards the downside here. But of course, if we just focus on the more recent examples here, we actually see a very, very interesting thing that is happening. There actually has been something else that has remained consistent when we are having the price below the 50 daily moving average. Let me take you to September 2022, where we were also trading below the 50 daily moving average, and you see what the price action was like right there. That's just one instance, but we are also seeing the same thing happening in May 2023, where you trade below the 50 daily moving average, and again you see what happens with the price right here. But also take note of what happened here. That was around January 2024, and also a much more recent example. This is April 2024, right? Then finally, where we are sitting right now with the JASMY price set, one thing that you can easily see is that below the 50 daily moving average is bad news for the JASMY price set. But also take a look at the underlying indicator here, which is the RSI, and noticing that whenever we are having this kind of price action below the 50 daily moving average, we are also failing to break above the 60 mark here on the RSI. So that was the same situation here, keeping the price and pressing it towards the downside. Here again, keeping the price, pressing it below the 50 daily moving average, and also on the RSI here, just failing to break above 60. Also the same case right here, and also the same case as we are sitting right today. Now, not all is gloom and doom. This is what I'm trying to get to actually. The moment the JASMY price set is able to break above the 60 mark on the RSI, close a few daily candles above that, that has consistently been a green light. Let me quickly show you a few examples here, because I really like to show you the real things that will be happening on the price. So we have been complaining that, yeah, the RSI has been pushed below the 60 mark here, but take a look at this. The moment you are breaking away from that 60 mark, also note that the price has definitely a sustained bounce that follows there. It's almost the same thing like each and every single time. You can also see the moment here, you were also happening to break above the 50 daily moving average, and you were really pushing towards the upside. So that's great. Then you also see the same thing in this instance as well, that when you start breaking away from the 60 mark here on the RSI, look at what price action is doing here. We actually have a sustained bounce here. Now, coming to where we are with the JASMY price, that we basically have the same conditions, right? We have a downward sloping resistance. Okay, maybe not so important, but we have the 50 daily moving average right here, and we have seen how significant this is. At the same time, what is the JASMY price doing? It's fighting the around the 60 mark here on the RSI as well. Now, this is the major decision that I've been talking about. because once we are seeing this RSI, fighting and fighting, managing to break above the 60 mark here, maybe close a few daily candles above there, I'm almost guaranteed that we'll be breaking away from this 50 daily moving average. That has been the major resistance time and again here for the JASMY price set. And in that moment, this is when the JASMY price set is spreading its wings and we are really pumping for real, with no doubt. Yeah, there is the falling wedge that we were highlighting at the beginning of the video. The pattern itself, yeah, really great to talk about, but I definitely think that the underlying indicators carry a much more significant weight. Now, there's actually one more condition that we will need to see here for a successful continued upward momentum here for the JASMY price set. But before we get there, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, and people looking for JASMY updates will now be able to find this video much more easily. And if you are new to the channel, I want to kindly ask you to subscribe, because I do TA on JASMY and a number of other different altcoins on a regular basis. And of course, I want to invite you to this special toolkit that I've been making for you all summer. It's a toolkit that I tailored with 34 videos to teach you how to set up your own charts and indicators and become a successful trader. The link will also be in the description or the comment section over there at cftoolkit.com. It's $35, very much affordable for everybody, because everybody needs a chance to become a successful trader. But getting back here to the JASMY price set, I think we have got one more indicator here that we are going to be calling, and that is, the EMA rebound. Now, what you notice here with the EMA rebound as well is that it has actually been playing a very important role in these huge breakouts that we have been talking about here for the JASMY price set. Remember when we were saying that when the RSI is really pushing above the 60 mark, another consistent thing that has been happening is the EMA rebound, right? So I've put the EMA rebound here on top, and let me just show you the consistency right there. You can clearly see that, look, when we were breaking here out of this 60 mark, I mean, take a look at what also was a breaking out while they were seeing the JASMY price set really having a strong push towards the upside. And we were also seeing pretty much the same thing here, breaking above the 60 mark on the RSI. You are also seeing that the price is really breaking above the EMA rebound as well. And yeah, this really has been a consistent one too, just like the RSI itself. So in this instance as well, I had already indicated that we're also seeing pretty much the same thing. Now, relative to where we are sitting, it is also a decision-making moment for the JASMY price set, because that's exactly where we are sitting at this moment. If history is to repeat itself, when we see JASMY, pumping and closing a daily candle at least above this EMA rebound, or maybe a few of them, I think it's really, a lot of things coming together to give us what we know as a confluence to say there is a green light here for the JASMY price. That, of course, it's going to be unfortunate if the JASMY price set gets rejected from this 60 mark here on the RSI, and then we have to head down one more time. Is it something that is possible? Definitely it is. We are actually in a very much volatile market, so I'm open to everything happening, right? What we are doing is we are going to be taking short trades and long positions, depending on what the situation is allowing us to do, right? So one way or the other, we still have to be profitable. We have to be making the money when the market is moving towards the upside, and also making the money when the market is moving towards the downside. We do that there in the Patreon, and I post trades every now and then. If you are interested in those ones, you can also join the Patreon. The link will also be down there. I'm talking about a lot of these links, right? But you know what, this is what we are seeing here with the JASMY price. That obviously, now when all has been said and done here, all this great technical analysis that we are seeing here on the JASMY price, that there's just one huge cloud that is clouding all markets at this point, and that is the main event that we are having on Wednesday, the Fed rate cut and the Fed rate decision. Maybe we can say that, but the problem with that is that in the last 25 years, right, the last 3 times that we have had a rate cut, instead of the market actually tending to be bullish, we have seen that the market has actually tended to be very much bearish, at least immediate short term. So let me show you here. These are the Fed fund rate, and we can see that we have got a chart here on top. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is the stock market. Why are we even talking about the stock market in the JASMY video? The reason is it's really positively correlated to what crypto does. I think more than 90%, right? So we can actually use it as a good measure to see what will happen with the crypto market as well. So you can see these are the last 3 times that I was indicating. The last time was here in 2019, and you saw that we also had a drop that was happening there along with the interest rate. It didn't happen immediately. The market actually pumped a little bit. If you want to see, let's quickly zoom in right there. You actually see that right here the market still pumped a little bit and then crashed eventually. Now, we also have got this instance back then in 2007, and you can clearly see that the moment the cuts started, right, the market was also dumping very much significantly. In 2000, we also had the same thing happening there. You start cutting rates, you also saw the market dumping along. Now, why do people say that, cutting rates is bullish for the market? Yeah, low interest rates are great, but then again, that is after the effect. When the cutting cycle is towards the end, then when you have got a consistent, rate like this one here, you definitely will see the market pushing towards the upside like this. So that's just one thing that I'm looking at the charts, and everything that I'm trying to build like as a thesis is really finding difficulty when we come to this specific price chart here. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday. We're going to be live streaming the event, and yeah, we'll see what kind of a reaction we are going to be getting in the market. But specifically to the JASMY price chart, you know the deal. You know what a kind of decision that needs to be made if one of these conditions are satisfied. It's really going to be unfortunate, as I mentioned earlier, if we get a rejection and never, be able to break above the 60 mark here. But, we'll see what will happen. Just remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I sell, right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I would have to see you on the very next one. Take care. Bye.